Hi, this is Pavas Mehra. We are present today at Pareto Securities 10th Annual Healthcare Conference, and with me I have the CEO of PledPharma, Nicklas Westerholm. Welcome, Nicklas.
Thank you, and a pleasure being here today.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about PledPharma?
Sure. We are a company that are focusing on developing late-stage clinical assets, listed at First North today, with a new management team on board since 2017, with proven track record on developing new drugs, phase 3, executing, analyzing and navigating the regulatory pathway that could be very complicated, getting products approved in the market.
And currently you have two main candidates in the company that we're focusing on. One is alltid and the other one is PledOx. Could you please give us some background on those two?
So to start off with our lead asset, it's PledOx for the prevention of chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy. A huge unmet medical need in a space with no drugs is approved today. There we have a global phase 3 program ongoing with 2 studies recruiting 700 patients across the world, where we expect top-line results from these 2 studies towards the back end of 2020. So very exciting times. When it comes to alltid, a slightly more niche indication and our follow-up asset, which is for the reduction of acute liver injury or acute liver failure due to paracetamol poisoning. There we have just completed our first human clinical trial last year, where we had some very exciting results, both from an efficacy perspective, where we saw signals in reducing liver damage or liver injury in the patient population, but also a very clean and safe profile.
And you mentioned alltid that is focusing on paracetamol poisoning, which is not a really very common cause in Sweden, but is really huge in the US, for example. Could you please tell us a little bit more about the addressable market for these 2 products?
Yeah, the addressable market is substantially or surprisingly big, actually. Two reference points: in the UK alone, more than 100,000 people was arriving to the hospital or acute setting due to paracetamol poisoning. In the US, slightly less, 89,000, but that is due to that pain management in the US and mainly driven by opiates usage up until now, that will say.
Okay. And looking forward, out of an investor perspective, are there any specific triggers or news flows that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, it's 3 things I would call out. One is, starting off with alltid, we have orphan drug designation granted by the US FDA. We are in the process of having regulatory interactions for the design of the next development study. That will happen within the coming month. For PledOx, it's twofold. One, of course, is the recruitment and subsequently the top-line results within a year's time. Last but not least, in the indication expansion for PledOx into CIPN with taxanes that we just embarked upon, and we'll get preclinical results towards the back end of this year.
So very exciting times ahead. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.